Good day, everyone. This paper was prepared by myself and my students last trimester, Seraphim Abalos and Ayana Danielle Molina. The title of the paper that we did was Philippine Entrepreneurial Framework Conditions, a fresh look at the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor's National Expert Survey. The entrepreneurial framework conditions are essential components of an entrepreneurial system because business growth and dynamics in a country where an entity is located are directly affected by the presence and the current conditions of business opportunities, entrepreneurial capacities, and preferences. Based from the Global Entrepreneurship Report in 2015, Filipinos are mainly motivated to be an entrepreneur by the opportunity to earn more rather than necessity. So these opportunities can provide them greater financial independence and higher financial income. Back in 2006, 45% of the Filipinos were encouraged to be entrepreneurs due to necessity as compared to only 25.64% in 2015. The entrepreneurial motivation for opportunity to earn more has been increasing since 2003 from 38% to 41.55% in 2015 among Filipino respondents of the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor. There is also an increasing expectation of business growth in terms of more jobs generated because a bigger market can be tapped, offering innovative products and services. This study aims to determine the changes in the assessment of entrepreneurial framework conditions, whether they might be positive or negative changes across the period of 2013-2015 from the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor National Expert Survey, where the Philippines participated in for the past 3 years, 2013-2015. So the research questions are, what are the entrepreneurial conditions as assessed in the GEM National Expert Survey would differ for the period 2013 to 2015? Which of the entrepreneurial conditions are forecasted to improve after the 2015 National Expert Survey? And which of these conditions need to be reevaluated to improve the current state of entrepreneurial environment that would boost startup intentions among opportunity-driven entrepreneurs? So the changes have to be detected so that there could be some intervention that can be made based on the 9 entrepreneurial framework conditions or EFCs. From the conceptual framework that has been generated by this study, entrepreneurial infrastructures would have around 9 dimensions composed of financial, government policies, government programs, education and training, R&D, commercial legal infrastructure, internal market openness, access to physical infrastructure, and cultural social norms. These 9 entrepreneurial framework conditions were assessed by selected national experts chosen by the GEM team in the Philippines way back 2013 up to 2015. So they were given a questionnaire wherein they will rate them from 1, completely true, up to 9, which is completely false. So in this case, the framework that that we use for this study would only delve on the assessment of the national experts through the years 2013 to 2015, and then eventually we get to do a linear regression or for the predicted value of the assessment of each of the dimensions from the National Expert Survey conducted in the last year of 2015. So therefore, the null hypothesis of this study would be finding if there is a significant difference across the period 2013 to 2015 for the 9 entrepreneurial framework conditions as assessed by the national experts chosen during the year 2013 to 2015. So on screen would be the different dimensions of the entrepreneurial framework conditions and their definitions. Eventually, in the results segment of this presentation, you will get to see the results of the assessment from 2013 to 2015. So the methodology of this study involved the use of the data set from the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor website via www.gemconsortium.org through the National Expert Survey for the Philippines from 2013 to 2015, and a sample size of 115 responses was used for this analysis. The responses to the items, as I said, would followed a Likert scale where 1 means the statement is completely false, according to the expert, and 5, 7, or 9 because there were varying years wherein the scale was adjusted to fit the needs of the times during the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor survey. So what you can see on screen would be the results of the analysis of variance as well as the two key post hoc test, which was done for all the 9 components and in each of the different dimensions of entrepreneurial framework conditions. So as regards financing, the financing was seen to be significantly different across the 3 years as a result of resulting p-value of significant even at 99% confidence level. So you would see here on screen that all the questions or items under financing had uh, are completely different or significantly different across the 3 years. So the mean scores from year 1 up to year 3 would be uh, would be reflecting or showing that the assessment of the national experts on each of the conditions would would be 3.18, for example, for year 1, which means that their answers would be somewhat true. And for the second year, it went down 2.47. And then the third year, it reached a maximum of 4.72, which means that this statement is completely true on the third year. So this would be the same for all of the questions, wherein the mean scores of the national experts were taken and reflected per year. And these were used as data for the analysis of variance. So in this case, financing dimension significantly differed in terms of the national experts assessment across the 3 years. So the column on mean difference with the formula, which is year 1 less year 3 ratings, the negative mean difference indicates that there was an improvement in the assessment ratings of the national experts as seen from this example. So in this case, the negative mean score of minus 1.54 indicated that across the 3 years, there was an increase in the ratings from 1, which is completely false, up to the highest level of completely true rating, which would be 5 for year 1 and 2. And for year 3, it was completely true at a rating level of 9. So the mean difference, according to Tukey, post-hoc tests also signify that there are significant differences in the mean ratings across the 3 years. So for government policies, across the different questions, there were several that were detected to be not significantly different across the 3 years. So as an example, it would be B03. Support for new and growing firm is high priority for policy at the local government level. So this means that since it was not found to be significant, that the entrepreneurial framework condition for this question on government policy remained the same, meaning at the level wherein it is only seen as somewhat true. Okay, while the rest would also reflect that the government policies in each of this item were completely not seen to be changing across the 3 years. So also for the government programs, it was seen that the mean difference did not significantly differ across the 3 years in terms of Wide range of government assistance for new and growing firms can be obtained through contact with a single agency. So the scores, as you can see from the mean scores, would vary from completely false with the highest level of somewhat true across the 3 years period. The other components of the government programs which were not seen to be significantly different across the 3 years, where people working for the government agencies are seen to be competent and effective, and almost anyone who needs help from the government for a new or growing businesses can find what they need. And government programs aimed at supporting new and growing firms are effective. So these three items were proven to be static or not significantly differing from year one up to year three assessment. So the mean scores would range from uh, completely false up to the level only of somewhat true for these questions. So the rest of the dimensions like education and training were found to be significantly differing or improving based on their mean scores as well as the ANOVA and Tukey post-hoc test. Same is true for R&D transfer, commercial and legal infrastructure, entry regulation, physical infrastructure, and cultural and social norms. This study also attempted to do a simple linear regression of the 9 dimensions, which was regressed across time or year as our factor or as an independent variable. So this attempt yielded the result that education and training proved to be are significantly explained by the passing of time from year 1 to year 3, where the adjusted R square indicates that 33.9% of the changes in the assessment of education and training can be explained by the passing of time from effectively 2016 up to 2020. So this factor also yielded a significant model wherein uh, time or the year that was used as a predictor variable was seen to be significant in explaining the variation in education and training at 33.9%. On the other hand, all of the dimensions in its predicted values from 2016 to 2020 are proven to be significant as a result of having a p-value of less than 0.05. However, as we can see from the actual data, from the real data collected from 2013 to 2015, government policies and government programs still remain to be significant, but time has a very low explanatory power, meaning the passing of time would not significantly explain the variation or changes in government policies and government programs from the national experts' view done via the survey from 2013 to 2015. So as a conclusion, we can say that all EFCs for the period 2013 to 2015 are significantly different in terms of the level of assessment of being completely false or not in favor of providing conducive environment for starting and growing firms. Except for government policies and programs level of assessment, all the other EFCs are deemed to be assessed as significantly different across the 3 year period. The Tukey post-hoc test analysis also indicated that there are not significantly different, meaning the assessment of the policies and government programs across the 3 year period remained the same from the year 2013 through the year 2015. The negative mean difference determined across the 3 year period revealed that all EFCs except government policies and programs are significantly different across the period with improving ratings with year 1, 2013, rated the lowest, completely false, than the year 3, 2015, with higher assessment towards completely true rating scores. As part of the recommendations, we echo the call from the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor report in 2015 that factors directly related to government programs and policies have remained considerably the same over the last 3 years. Although there were numerous laws and policies that are aimed to support entrepreneurship in the country, the population is still not well informed regarding these policies. There is still inconsistent implementation of these policies among local government units. So therefore, government policies and programs on permits, licenses, taxes, bureaucracy, regulations, and licensing have to be constantly disseminated and implemented consistently to motivate opportunity driven entrepreneurs to start and grow their businesses. Thank you very much for your time in listening and watching our presentation. Thank you very much.